There comes a moment in every man's life when he faces a silence he cannot decode, the silence of a woman he cares about. It's not loud, yet it shakes him. It's not angry, yet it feels colder than distance. It's the kind of silence that makes a man question his worth, his actions, and sometimes even the relationship itself. But here's the truth only a seasoned man learns with time. A woman's silence is never empty. It is full of emotion, full of meaning, full of stories she cannot yet speak. Behind that quiet is a storm she's trying to calm, a truth she's trying to understand, or a pain she's trying to protect both of you from. Most men react with fear. Few respond with strength. And only the wise know how to decode the emotions hidden beneath her silence. Welcome to the channel, Stoic Love Wisdom. This is where every story and lesson about love will help you find the answer. Today, we will explore a new perspective through the topic, why are women silent? How to decode the emotions behind this behavior. These are real-life experiences and profound lessons that will change the way you perceive love. Follow me, because the most surprising and interesting things are still waiting for you ahead. Before starting, find a quiet place, put on your headphones and relax your mind. Let the sharing in this video help you feel more fully and enjoy every meaningful moment. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's begin. Why women stay silent. Decoding the hidden emotions behind their quiet. There's a moment every man eventually faces. A woman he cares about suddenly withdraws, grows quiet, and disappears into a silence he doesn't understand. A silence that feels colder than anger. A silence that feels heavier than tears. A silence that makes him question everything he thought he knew. Most men panic. Some get frustrated. Others push harder, thinking they can force a door open with words and logic. But a seasoned man. A man shaped by time, heartbreak, and introspection, learns something different. A woman's silence is not emptiness. It's communication. It's emotion taking a different form. It's truth wrapped in quiet. Today, I will tell you why women stay silent, what emotion lies underneath that silence, and how a man practicing stoic love can decode, respond, and lead with calm strength, not confusion. Let's begin. 1. Silence is her safe space, not her weapon. Most inexperienced men think a woman's silence is an attack. A punishment. A manipulation. But the truth is simpler, and far more human. Silence is where she goes to protect herself. Women feel deeply. Their emotional system is more sensitive, more reactive, and more intertwined with memory. When overwhelmed, a woman doesn't shut down because she wants to hurt you. She shuts down because she wants to stop hurting. Men withdraw logically. Women withdraw emotionally. When a woman becomes silent, she is often trying to gather her thoughts, calm her nervous system, avoid saying something she'll regret, prevent a conflict from escalating, reconnect with herself. This is not a battlefield. It is her retreat. And if you try to storm in with questions, accusations, or demands, you disturb her healing process. A stoic man doesn't chase her silence. He respects it. Because he understands, silence is often her way of staying kind. 2. Silence reveals what words cannot express. Emotions can exceed a woman's capacity for articulation. Especially when she feels misunderstood. She feels unappreciated. She feels she's been carrying the emotional weight alone. She feels the relationship has become unbalanced. She fears conflict. She fears losing the connection. When emotion rises faster than the ability to form words, silence steps in as a substitute. A woman's silence can mean, I don't know how to explain this without crying. I'm afraid you won't understand. I need you to notice the unsaid. I'm overwhelmed, not angry. I'm hurting, but I'm trying not to break. Men often underestimate how hard it is for a woman to express vulnerability. Silence becomes the bridge between her heart and her composure. An experienced man listens not only to what she says, but also to what she cannot say. 3. Silence is her test of emotional safety. A woman might ask herself in silence, is he safe to open up to? Does he really care? Will he listen or argue? Will he validate or dismiss me? Can I trust him with my feelings? Men test loyalty through action. Women test emotional safety through silence. How you respond in that silence reveals whether you are a man she can trust, or a man she must protect herself from. When you stay calm, stay patient, give her space without withdrawing affection, avoid overwhelm, pressure, or emotional force, you show her that her emotions are safe with you. This is Stoic love. You control yourself, not her. You respond with presence, not pressure. A woman returns to the man who does not punish her vulnerability. 4. Silence often means she has already spoken, you just didn't hear her. Women rarely go silent out of nowhere. Silence is rarely the first sign. It's usually the last. Before silence, she likely gave subtle hints, tried gentle communication, expressed concerns indirectly, showed emotional shifts in tone or behavior, said things softly, hoping you'd pay attention. When a woman goes silent, she is often thinking, why am I the only one trying? I don't want to repeat myself anymore. He doesn't listen unless I'm upset. What's the point of explaining if nothing changes? Silence is not always confusion. Sometimes it's exhaustion. A Stoic man pays attention before she has to go silent. Because listening late is still listening, but it costs more. Have you ever realized that, in love, moments of silence are sometimes more powerful than 1,000 words? Because in silence, we can hear our heartbeat more clearly and feel the presence of the other person more deeply. Here, I want to explore with you that strength, peace, and stability even when love goes through challenges. If you feel that these shares bring you something positive, please click like to support. And if you haven't clicked subscribe, do it now, so you don't miss any insight into love and maturity. I also hope to hear your story. What is the most valuable lesson that love has taught you? Please share in the comments section so we can learn and be inspired together. Come on, let's move on to the next part with a more prepared mind. 5. Silence is a woman's way of regaining power without conflict. When a woman feels disrespected, ignored, unsupported, overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or losing control of the situation, she doesn't always fight back. She doesn't always argue. Instead, she withdraws to regain emotional balance. Silence is not revenge. It's regulation. It's the feminine instinct to rebuild emotional grounding without escalating the situation. Men express strength outwardly. Women often express strength inwardly. Her silence might mean, I need to regain my dignity. I refuse to argue. I want to respond with clarity, not emotion. I'm choosing peace over chaos. This is not a challenge to your masculinity. It's a request for calm leadership. 6. Silence can hide fear, fear of losing you, or fear of losing herself. Silence can mean two opposite things. A. She fears losing you. She becomes quiet because she doesn't want to push you away. She fears expressing too much emotion. She doesn't want to be a burden. She worries you'll see her differently. She feels insecure but doesn't want to admit it. This silence is tender, delicate, protective. B. She fears losing herself. She becomes silent because she feels neglected. She feels unvalued. She feels invisible. She feels like she's giving more than she receives. She feels the relationship draining her identity. This silence is painful. Empty. A warning. A wise man senses which silence he is dealing with. Not through guessing, but through observation. 7. Silence can mean she's searching for clarity before she speaks. Women don't always talk to understand what they feel. Sometimes they need silence to understand what they feel. A woman might pull away to ask herself, am I overreacting? What do I really feel right now? Is this worth a conversation? How important is this relationship to me? Am I being loved the way I need? What do I need from him that I'm not getting? This is introspection, not distance. This is emotional processing, not disinterest. A Stoic man understands. Silence is often clarity in progress. 8. Silence is sometimes the beginning of emotional distance. Not all silence is healing. Not all silence is protection. There is a more dangerous, colder silence. When her heart has begun to detach. Men often miss this shift. Signs of detaching silence. She no longer argues. She no longer asks for effort. She no longer complains. She no longer reacts to your behaviors. She stops expressing disappointment. She stops seeking connection. She becomes polite instead of affectionate. Conversations become short, functional, emotionless. This silence means, I cared once. I fought for us once. But now I'm tired. Women leave emotionally long before they leave physically. A Stoic man recognizes the difference between healing silence and leaving silence. And he acts before the distance becomes unrecoverable. 9. Silence is a mirror, it reflects your leadership. A woman's silence tests more than your patience. It reveals your character. In her silence, do you grow angry? Demand answers? Pressure her? Become insecure or dramatic? Assume the worst? Retaliate by withdrawing? Try to fix her instead of listening? Or do you stay calm? Respect her space? Remain emotionally present? Continue to act with consistency and care? Let your stability reassure her. Communicate softly without pushing. Silence reveals whether a man is led by ego or wisdom, reaction or reflection, emotion or discipline, fear or love. A Stoic man doesn't collapse under silence. He stands firm, and invites her to return in her own time. In love, sometimes silence is the answer. It gives us time to listen to ourselves and understand the other person's heart better. That's also the reason I share stories on this channel, so that you have a pause, a peaceful space to reflect. If you find this meaningful, please click like and don't forget to subscribe, so that we can continue to accompany each other on the journey to find a peaceful and profound love. Now, let's continue the rest with me. 10. How a Stoic man responds to a woman's silence. Here is where experience matters. Here is where a man either grows, or loses her. A seasoned man doesn't panic. He doesn't overthink. And he doesn't disappear, hoping she'll chase him. He does 4 things. 1. He gives space, without abandonment. This means he doesn't overwhelm her. He doesn't turn cold. He doesn't pull away emotionally. He doesn't pressure her to talk. He doesn't ask rapid-fire questions. He simply gives her room to breathe. Not too close. Not too far. Presence without intrusion. 2. He sends a message of emotional safety. Something like, "I'm here when you're ready." No pressure. Short. Clear. Unconditional. Not, "We need to talk right now. Why are you ignoring me? What's your problem?" A Stoic man creates safety, not tension. 3. He reflects, instead of reacts. He asks himself, "Did I miss something she tried to tell me? Have I been emotionally unavailable? Am I contributing to her overwhelm? Am I leading this relationship with calm strength?" Silence is feedback. A Stoic man learns from it. 4. He restores stability through his actions. Not through speeches. Not through emotional pressure. Not through promises. Through consistency. Reliability. Calm tone. Thoughtful gestures. Emotional grounding. Maturity. Women trust what they feel, not what they hear. Your energy speaks louder than words. 11. What her silence could mean. Based on the emotion behind it. A woman's silence is layered. Here are the emotional codes behind it. Silence from hurt. She feels wounded by something you said or did. Her silence is a bandage. What she needs. Gentleness, acknowledgement, empathy. Silence from overwhelm. Life is heavy, work, family, stress. She's shutting down to protect her mental health. What she needs. Calm presence, support, emotional grounding. Silence from fear. She's afraid of losing you, your love, or the relationship. What she needs. Reassurance through actions, not words. Silence from confusion. She's trying to understand her own emotions. What she needs. Time, space, and you not taking it personally. Silence from disappointment. You failed to meet an emotional need, repeatedly. What she needs. Change, not apologies. Silence from withdrawal. Her heart is slowly detaching. What she needs. Your leadership, effort, and consistency, urgently. 12. The Stoic principle. You do not control her silence, only your response. Stoicism teaches. You have power over your mind, not outside events. A woman's silence is an outside event. Her emotions, her fears, her processing, these are hers. You cannot force clarity. You cannot rush healing. You cannot demand vulnerability. But you control your tone. Your patience. Your emotional discipline. Your presence. Your self-respect. Your empathy. Your leadership. Women feel safest with men who are steady. Not men who are perfect. Men who are stable. 13. How you should not respond to her silence. Many men destroy relationships not with a mistake, but with their reaction to her silence. Here are the fatal errors. 1. Pressuring her to talk. This makes her shut down even more. 2. Accusing her of ignoring you. This creates defensiveness. 3. Becoming emotional or dramatic. This shifts the burden onto her. 4. Retaliatory silence. This is emotional immaturity. 5. Overthinking or assuming the worst. This creates unnecessary insecurity. 6. Trying to fix her emotions immediately. This invalidates her feelings. A Stoic man does not panic. He remains composed. 14. Silence is an invitation, not an obstacle. A woman's silence invites a man to lead with calm. Observe without judgment. Strengthen emotional safety. Show maturity. Listen deeply. Connect without pressure. Support without control. Her silence is not rejection. It is vulnerability disguised as distance. It is her way of asking, "Can you hold me emotionally? Even when I'm not speaking?" A Stoic man answers, "Yes." Not with words, but with presence. 15. When she finally speaks, listen like a man, not a boy. When her silence ends, the real work begins. Most men listen. To defend. To justify. To argue. To correct. To protect their ego. A Stoic man listens. To understand. To validate. To reflect. To grow. To connect. He listens to what she felt, not what she said. He listens between the lines. He listens with patience and without ego. Because once she opens her heart, she is offering you something sacred. Her truth. 16. The deeper Stoic wisdom behind her silence. A Stoic man sees silence as a teacher. Each moment of quiet reveals something invaluable. Where the relationship needs growth. Where emotional safety is lacking. Where her needs aren't being met. Where communication is failing. Where leadership is required. Where patience is necessary. Where love must be rebalanced. Silence is not the enemy. It is information. It is feedback. It is emotional data. It is insight. It is the compass pointing you toward the next step in connection. Conclusion. A woman's silence is one of the most misunderstood languages in love. Most men fear it, misinterpret it, or respond to it with ego or insecurity. But a seasoned man, a man who has lived, lost, learned, and grown, understands that silence is not a void. It is presence in a different form. Silence is emotion without sound. It is vulnerability wrapped in caution. It is fear disguised as composure. It is love holding its breath. It is pain searching for clarity. It is a heart asking, without words, "Can I feel safe with you?" And the answer is never given through pressure, demands, or insecurity. It is given through calm strength. Stoic leadership. Emotional stability. Gentle presence. Unshakable patience. And a depth of understanding that only experience can teach. In the end, a woman doesn't stay for the man who talks the most. She stays for the man whose energy makes her silence feel safe. The man who can sit with her in quiet and still make her feel heard. The man whose presence whispers, "I don't need you to speak to know how you feel. I'm here. I'm steady. And when you're ready, I'll listen." This is Stoic love. This is masculine presence. This is emotional mastery. And this is how you decode and honor the silent language of a woman's heart. Thank you for watching today's video. I'm so happy to share my lessons about love and relationships with you. I hope you learned something new and can apply it to your life. If you find the video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Thank you for always accompanying and supporting me. Wish you a good day and don't forget to love yourself a lot.